Hey Drew, why is sleep and stress so important to PCOS and weight loss? Well, firstly, we're going to have to break this question down a little bit because sleep is different to stress and PCOS is different to weight loss. But if you're looking at sleep, you're looking at your overall hormonal or endocrine health. Like, people underestimate how important sleep is, and it's extremely prevalent at the moment in our society where most people don't get good enough or quality enough sleep or long enough sleep, because there's always a million things we need to do, and things like technology, lights at nighttime keep us up. So you have to understand that quality sleep is incredibly, essentially important to your overall hormonal health. If you have a shit night's sleep, the next day your cravings go up, your hunger levels go up, how quickly you will feel full goes down. Your energy levels go down. The activity in your prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for decision making, planning, go down. And you know yourself, if you get a poor night's sleep, the next day you feel like shit, you're tired. So therefore you're more likely to abuse things like caffeine, have a few sugars in your coffee, an energy drink. You're going to skip your workout because you're tired. So not only does sleep impact your hormonal system, so it will have direct impacts on things, it will also have indirect impacts, because as I mentioned, your behavior the next day is more likely to do things like you're going to skip your workout because you're tired. You're going to choose unhealthy meals because you're tired and exhausted. So sleep is hugely important. A tip for sleep is have a nighttime routine. As early as you can, turn the lights out, try to get off your phone. One of the things that Estelle and I do is phones down at like 7 p.m. We're in bed by 7:30 just because we like watching TV in bed. So we get into bed, turn the lights off so the only light is on the TV. I turn the TV down a fair bit in terms of the volume. I don't touch my phone, and that allows me to naturally fall asleep. If you have a look at how humans fall asleep, as soon as the light starts to fade, a hormone in your brain called melatonin rises up. That makes you sleepy. So when we have things like technology, phones, lights on, melatonin release is delayed. That's why people stay up late. So what you need to be doing is turning off your technology, turning off your light in the house, and really trying to get an hour or two at night where you're really relaxing, getting yourself ready for bed. That will go a long way. And in terms of stress, stress releases cortisol. Cortisol pulls nutrients out of your cells into your bloodstream. Those nutrients then will release insulin, because insulin is responsible for leveling out your blood sugar levels. Then a large portion of those nutrients are going to turn into body fat. So that's all you need to know about stress, right? Stress, cortisol levels go up. Nutrients are pulled from the cells of your body into the bloodstream in case you need to run away from a tiger. Therefore, insulin levels go up because all those nutrients are in the bloodstream. As we've spoken before many times about insulin, you'll dump that as body fat. So if you're constantly stressed, either physically or mentally, so mental stresses are things like you're worried about your job, you're worried about your kids, you're worried about your relationship, you're stressed about finances, paying the bills, you're stressed about time, you're stressed about your PCOS or your health or your fitness. So if you're constantly stressed, cortisol levels will be constantly high. That means insulin levels will be constantly high. So if you're also dealing with something like insulin resistance, it's going to be bad news. Then you're also, due to the fact of how cortisol works, you're going to be storing large amounts of fat around the midsection, visceral fat, and that's the fat that can lead to metabolic syndrome. So in terms of that with the PCOS, well, high cortisol means high insulin. So if you have PCOS and insulin resistance, obviously that's bad news. PCOS is a hormonal condition. So if you're skipping out on sleep, which is messing up your hormonal system, that's only going to be bad news for your PCOS. So recap, sleep is like a master behavior of your overall hormonal health, and stress causes high cortisol, high insulin. It's either going to lead you to eat a lot, or the other type of person is you won't eat at all. Both of those things aren't positive. It's going to leave you feeling anxious, worried, stressed. So I hope that answers your question. Any more questions about sleep or stress, let me know below.